ArchaeaBot, a post-singularity and post-climate change life form, takes the form of an underwater biomimetic robotic installation that explores what life might mean in a post-singularity, post-climate change future.
The project is based on new research about the structure of archaea, which are a group of unicellular microorganisms believed to be the oldest form of life on Earth and adapted to life in extreme conditions. ArchaeaBot combines robotics, 3D modeling and printing, artificial intelligence and machine learning to create the ultimate species for the end of the world as we know it. The piece was developed through an artistic residency at Laboral as part of the first edition of the European Media Art Platform, a Creative Europe funded programme aimed at European artists working with new technologies, as well as funding from Arts Council England.
Sulfolobus acidocordarius are bulbous microscopic prokaryotes that are able to take up nutrients from their environment. When nutrients are scarce, archaea pop out from the inside of the cell and enable it to tumble in an uncontrolled way until they locate more nutrients, at which point the tails fall off.
The ability of the acidophilic and thermophilic archaea to withstand extreme conditions suggested that these ancient life forms might be far better than humans at withstanding possible future environmental conditions such as acid rain pollution, rising seawaters, or higher temperatures potentially caused by unchecked carbon emissions through the greenhouse effect. This gave rise to the idea of creating an artwork that would bring these concepts together in order to create an object that enables our audiences to imagine these existential risks, and it shocks them into reflection.
The piece was made using 3D modelling in Blender to design the body of the robot, and separate archaea parts based on 3D models produced by Wilson's cryomicroscopy. The textured sphere-like body contains a fully waterproof Raspberry Pi Zero, a motor controller shield, 3 DC motors with gears, and an accelerometer, magnetometer, and a temperature sensor. Following extensive experiments about the best materials for the most lifelike tails, we settled on silicon tubing threaded tightly over the outer plastic covering of electrical wire, with the copper stripped out.
Waterproofing of the electrical parts was achieved by filling the motor gears with Vaseline and coating all the components with liquid electrical tape. The Raspberry Pi Zero collected data from the sensors and was used to train a back-propagation neural network, which was responsible for the robot's control system.
The aim of the control system was to produce fluid lifelike behaviour by altering the speeds and rotation of the motors. The use of the neural network was a conceptual choice rather than an engineering one. The aim was to enable us to explore ideas around evolution and the future of AI, as well as speculating about the concept of the technological singularity, especially in the context of existential threats.
The neural network alluded to notions of consciousness, such as transhumanist notions of uploading human minds to live on in silica in an uninhabitable post-climate change world. The aim is to shock audiences into reflection about the future we might be creating and raise these societal issues in an engaging way.
The work is shown in a dark space where visitors can watch the 3D printed robot swimming and moving about in an aquarium as it collects data. The aquarium has a turquoise light in it that highlights the robot and the movements, as well as bubbles that rise up from volcanic gravel at the bottom. The robot's tails reach out of the tank or move the gravel around.
The work has proved popular with audiences around the world, and gallery visitor comments indicate that the audiences find the work both beautiful and disturbing, with a spiritual quality. As higher mammals face potential extinction, ArchaeaBot warns society about the hubris of technology elites and speculates on a dystopian solution for humanity to live on by uploading our consciousness to neural networks located inside water-based robotic archaea.